Dean join us. She's the vice chair of our board of directors. And I'll let Ann tell you how long she's been with the board of directors. Quite a while, thankfully for us.
Good afternoon. It is an honor and a privilege to be here today to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board. From its humble beginnings in the basement of a church to now, 35 years later, the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board has had a significant presence in our community. I was first appointed to serve on the board of directors of the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board in 1992 as a representative of Allegheny County, and have had the privilege of serving on the board for a total of more than 20 years. I quickly learned that the CSB is not a static entity. Federal mandates, state mandates, funding formulas, the needs of our community, and the terminologies are constantly changing. As a result, by necessity, the Community Services Board is in a constant state of evolution. While providing all of the state-mandated core services, the AHCSB offers additional services in the form of direct services, education, and advocacy in order to meet the needs of our community's residents with mental health, developmental disabilities, and substance abuse needs. In addition to providing services at the various Community Services Board locations, the CSB has formed valuable partnerships with many other organizations and agencies within our community and beyond, and works collaboratively with them to ensure that the needs of those in our community are met. As a community, we are all stakeholders in the AHCSB. Chances are someone you know, whether it be a family member, a friend, or an acquaintance, has benefited from the wide array of services offered by the AHCSB. It is through the visions, commitment, and dedication of the many people who have been associated with this agency during the past 25 years that the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board has continued to flourish and have a positive impact in our community. With over 140 current employees and a 9-member board of directors representing Allegheny County and the city of Covington, I am confident that the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board will continue to look toward the future, continue to grow, and continue to provide many more years of service to the community. Thank you to everyone who has supported the AHCSB over the years, and congratulations to everyone who has played a part in making the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board the progressive, successful agency that it is today.
Thank you, Ann, and thank you for your service to our board over the years as well. We do have some other visitors here with us today. And next we'll have Kelly Johnson, who's representing Senator Warner's office, join us. Kelly.
Thank you all. My name is Kelly Johnson. I'm Senator Warner's regional representative based in his Roanoke office. So I'm responsible for outreach in the Allegheny Highlands, and I'm honored to be here with you all today. The Senator wishes that he was able to join you all, but was able to write a note that I will read on his behalf. To all gathered, I am pleased to extend my warmest congratulations to the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board as you celebrate your 35th anniversary. This anniversary is an occasion to honor all those who have supported the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board's work since its establishment in 1983. When individuals join together to help their neighbors, the impact on their community is enormous. The developmental, mental health, and substance abuse services you offer have made a positive impact on the lives of so many individuals and their families in the Allegheny Highlands. Thank you all for your important work. On this important occasion, I am pleased to join with your families, friends, and community in wishing the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board the very best for a fulfilling celebration and continued success for the years to come. Sincerely, Mark Warner. Thank you.
And we also have with us today Gwen Mason, who is from Senator Ted Kane's office out of Roanoke. She'll join us now.
Good, here's somebody else's speech. I might just get this one. Thank you very much, Crystal and Ingrid, for the invitation to be with you today. Again, my name is Gwen Mason, and I'm here on behalf of the junior senator from Virginia, Tim Kaine. And I want to know, how do I get tickets to the Masonic Theatre when the Pop Rockers open up? Maybe just a few words on behalf of Senator Kaine on his work in the Senate. He's on, everything has an acronym, but he's on what is known as the HELP Committee, Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. And they have, obviously, with health being the lead there, they have oversight over issues like addiction and support for people with intellectual disabilities. And he's deeply engaged in this work, really pleased that Congress passed an opioid bill, super pleased that Virginia has expanded Medicare, and that Governor Northam announced today, I guess November 1 is the sign-up date. So Senator Kaine wanted me to let you know he's particularly overjoyed that we have that opportunity now. And finally, I just wanted to offer an observation. I was lucky enough, I travel a lot on behalf of Senator Kaine, like Kelly. We're based in Roanoke, but you can always find us on the road on behalf of Senator Kaine. And I got here a little early, wanted to score some sweet tea, I don't mind admitting that. And I had the opportunity to speak with a couple of your employees and a board member or two. And I was so taken with the commitment, the length of service so many of your employees have, Ingrid. And it occurred to me, you all are in the dignity business. You're in the business of improving lives for people who may have a setback. And I just appreciate and admire your work so much, and I hope that if Senator Kaine can do anything for you, he'd love to visit with you in Washington if that's too long of a train ride or you don't want to be stuck in traffic on 81, please call our office in Roanoke and we'll try to help you any way we can. Thank you again. Appreciate being here.
We also have Jennifer Faison with us today. She's the Executive Director for the Virginia Association of Community Services Boards throughout the state. So we're very thankful that she was able to join us. Jennifer?
I appreciate the invitation to be here with you all this afternoon, and I'm going to be brief because I know, looking around the room, number one, I can smell the cake from here. And number two, this looks like a group who came here to party, so I'm going to get through this and I'll do that. So I was thinking about the 35th anniversary of this organization, and what occurred to me was, 35 years it's about half a lifetime, right? Like our average, the average length of life is longer than that, right? We have a lot to be excited about, not just, it's not 70 years, it's not the average life expectancy, but roughly. So if you think about it in those terms, and you think about even just one service category of the services that Allegheny Highlands delivers, and you think about how often those services occur in your community. So I thought about it in terms just of targeted case management, because we know that the folks in the room, that there's a requirement that you need face-to-face every 90 days. And so there's a pretty decent fence around that service and the requirements for it. And so if you think about it in those terms, that would be, let's see, if you think about it in those terms, that's 140,000 face-to-face visits over the course of a 35-year period if you just served 1,000 people a year in targeted case management. And what that means, I mean, so it's a service hour, right, a big deal, but what that really means is that's 140,000 touches on individuals and in their lives and the communities perpetrated by the people who work for Allegheny Highlands CSBs, and that to me is incredible. Another thing you could think about is that in half a lifetime, the average person would spend about 45,000 hours working. And when you think about that in terms of the Allegheny Highlands Community Services Board, that's about 45,000 hours per employee over the course of 35 years devoted to serving people with behavioral health and developmental disability needs. And I just think that that's phenomenal. It's more time, by the way, than you spend cleaning on average in your entire lifetime. So you have that to feel good about. But less time than you spend sleeping, so it's somewhere in between the two. And I just, I really do think that that is something to, when we pause and look back and think about our history, it is one of those things that's kind of astonishing when you think about the cumulative impact of all of those touches on the community. And that's one service area, with one face-to-face representative department. So, it goes far beyond that in all the other service areas that this Community Services Board provides. The folks in this room, I'm going to get ready to say some words, and some of them only have 3 letters, but they're considered 4-letter words anyway. But some of the folks in this room in the recent history of the Allegheny Highlands CSB have had challenges related to VICAP, the CCC demonstration, that's a 3-letter, that's really a 4-letter word. The transition to CCC Plus, Medallion 4, managed care, all of these things that have challenged the CSB, the entire system, not just Allegheny Highlands. You're doing more with less. There's a workforce shortage that you're all acutely aware of. And yet, Allegheny Highlands still stands as a beacon of hope and caring in this community. I like to think of you all as small but mighty, and I too have been impressed with the amount of services and the array and the community involvement that has been developed over the years. We're going to be facing more challenges together. We're going to have to become more sophisticated as a system in dealing with managed care as that progresses, because I have dreams about it, but it's not going away. And we're going to have to come together around STEP Virginia implementation, the DLA 20, all the things that we see, which can be a positive thing for our community services system, but will take the time, effort, and energy of the people in this room. And I do want to just take a minute to say how impressed I've been with Ingrid's ability to kind of lay the groundwork for these things, and the amount of time and energy that she spends working with her colleagues through the association to make sure that we all have the support and of the entire system, but also so that we understand the challenges that are faced by our smaller boards in rural communities, and that doesn't get lost. And you have Ingrid to thank for that. So I look forward to facing some of these opportunities and challenges together with you all, and to supporting you all through the association, however we can do that. So, we have dance music. There's evidence of it. So